Today on Beyond.
It was the one time I let my son walk out the door and I didn't say, I love you, and give him a kiss.
A Halloween prank ends with her son's murder.
To have my little brother shot to death by some crazy man over a prank.
What is he going to ask his mother that she may find impossible to do? Plus, her mother pushed her into show business, and now Mom is going to have some fun giving her reviews. Today on Beyond. Using his extraordinary psychic ability to communicate with spirits, he's transformed lives by unlocking mysteries and sharing secrets from the other side. James Van Praagh, best-selling author, renowned medium, and your connection to the world beyond.
Welcome to the show. We're keeping James out of the studio while I share with you our first story. It started out as a simple Halloween prank, but quickly turned into tragedy for our next guest when her son was fatally shot by a man who accused him of stealing a Halloween decoration. She's here today with her daughter for one last chance to say goodbye. What you're about to see was taped before the show. No one in the studio, including James, has seen it. Here's Jesse and Danielle's story.
To have my little brother shot to death by some crazy man over a prank. I
wish to contact my son, Brandon. I hope he contacts us. We have a rule in our house that you don't leave without saying goodbye and I love you. That's always been a rule in our house. And that day I had just come in and I was a little frustrated, and it was the one time I let my son walk out the door and I didn't say, I love you, and give him a kiss.
Every day I think about it. I mean, the last words I ever said to him, I was very upset with him, and I said some very mean things.
I can't even grasp the concept of it. It is so trivial and so menial that there was an object that my child lost his life over. I'm missing half of my heart. We were very close, and part of my heart is gone and will never come back.
Hi, I'm James.
Hi,
and you are Jesse?
Yes.
Okay, and you're Danielle? And your mom and daughter, yes?
Yes, that's
okay.
correct.
I know your son passed away and it's your brother, so you want to try to contact him.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see what I can do for you, okay? I'll try to do what I can do. The first thing I want to tell you is there's a man that comes in here who's not your son, but he's associated with you, and he's on the father's side of the family. And I don't know, it feels like not your father, but like a father, okay? So I'm not sure if it's an uncle, your father's brother, if you had a brother that passed over.
I had a brother that passed over.
You had a brother that passed
yes,
over.
I did.
That's where I want to go first, because he's coming in here, okay? And he's bigger than life, louder than life, great sense of humor, and he is he's a mouth. He talks a lot, and he wants to make sure that you know he's all right, okay? Long time ago, okay?
Oh, yes.
All right, and there's initial M here. Okay?
Mark. His
That's
name was Mark.
Okay?
Yes.
Because that's who it is, okay?
Okay.
And he's here as a gift to you because you thought about him during a meditation you did?
Yes. Yes,
So
I
he's telling
did.
me. Okay, good. Yeah. So you never know what you're going to get when you do this.
No.
You open up the door to spirit and you see what happens.
Yes.
Yeah? He said, I miss laughing with my sister because we used to laugh all the time. And you guys had a big jokes all the time. Jokers, okay? I don't know if the name Virginia means something to you, or the place Virginia, or state Virginia.
Absolutely.
What is that?
That's where.
You were born in Virginia?
That's
Oh,
where
your
Brandon
son.
was born. Yes.
In Virginia, okay.
Yes.
Well, your brothers brought him here with him. He was killed, your son? Or?
Yes.
Okay. Shot, was he? Was he shot?
Yes, sir. He was murdered.
He talks about being shot to death. He said, I was shot to death.
Yes.
He's kind of saying, I'm sorry I was shot. He's sorry he was shot. He's sorry he was killed this way. He's very sorry. He's very sorry, Danielle. And is he your older brother then, please?
He's 13 months younger than I am.
So you're older than him. Okay, he's older. He's talking older. You're your older sister. But you're like, I don't know why, you're very connected. You guys are so connected.
Yes. Yes, they
We're
are.
very close.
Were there a gang of kids that did this, by the way?
Yes, there was.
Because it feels like a gang. He's on about gang. The
It-
feeling is like a gang. Wait, let me tell you. I tell you, there's more than one. There's like several people here, okay, who are involved with this, okay?
Yes.
I think he even knew them or knew
Yes,
of them, like
yes.
his friends or something, or rival friends, like 3 or people or something.
Yes, there was
okay?
3.
There we go.
There's 3.
Good. And I don't know if a schoolyard was involved or any place near a school, or if they hung out at school or you knew them
They
from school.
hung out at school.
Okay, they were school friends. Okay, good. Let's talk about school here in my head. He's at peace. He's found his peace. He's at peace. He's at peace. You have to know that he's at peace, okay? There's a separation, too,
Yes, there is.
between you and his father.
Yes, there is.
And he said, I'm just as validation, he's telling you that, but he wants his father to know he's sorry. He's talking about dad, his dad, and he's trying to help his dad, too. I want to tell you that, boy, I don't know if the gun that he was killed by belonged to a father of one of his friends.
It belonged to a father.
Belonged to a father, okay.
Yes.
Because this is talking about a father. Okay. So just as validation, you understand that?
Yes, I do.
I understand that. The room that he stayed in, was it your house, was that right? Where was it? Hold
His,
on. Did this, because he's going on about a room, and he's going about going in between. I don't know if he stayed with you sometime, his father sometime, or something like this, but there's a room he's talking about.
his bedroom was set up in the garage, and the
Oh.
garage was not attached to the home, so he would walk through the gate and into the house.
Oh. And didn't he often come, I hear you, he's funny.
Yes, he
Didn't
is.
he often say, I want a kitchen of my own
Yes,
in his room?
Yes,
He said, I wanted to have like, remember this?
a bachelor pad, yes.
A bachelor, he wanted like a little refrigerator, and he
Yes.
wanted a little TV, and wanted this is what he wanted, okay? And he's laughing about that, okay?
Yes.
He was there watching his funeral. You know, they all come and watch the funerals. They all do. They do. They watch the funerals. And loves the letters you wrote him. Because you wrote letters or something, you stuck a letter or something with the letters you wrote.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Did they try rushing him to a hospital, please? Did the
Yes.
ambulance come 911? They talked
Yes,
about
they did.
you know,
Yes, they
911.
did.
And he either dies on the way. He either dies on the way or he goes out of his body. Okay, on the way to the hospital.
But did he do?
Hold on. Yeah, please forgive Daddy. Screamingly, please forgive Daddy. Please, would you please forgive him? Would you please forgive him? Would you please forgive him? You have to. You have to. You have to. Okay? I know it's hard. I know it's tough. I know he's either remarried someone else or he's going to. There's a lady around him.
Yes, there
Your
is.
son's telling me, and we don't like her. Is that right? Is he right?
Yes.
Mark's who? Mark is?
My brother.
Because I'm with him. He's with Bren's with Mark. He's with Mark. And I know that you have models of his, or he made models, your son made some
Yes.
kind of models.
Yes,
and
car
you-
models.
And you still have them, don't
And an
you?
airplane
Are they on
model.
your shelf or on your desk of some sort?
I have his airplane model on my closet shelf.
Okay, look at that. I don't know if it moved recently or something happened with it.
Yes.
Thank you. It's him. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that. Lots of love, okay? God bless.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Next, will Jessie be able to honor her son's wish from beyond?
Please forgive Daddy. Screaming. Please forgive Daddy.
You'll hear her answer next on Beyond. Jessie and Danielle have been grief-stricken since Brandon was shot down during a Halloween prank.
Would you please forgive him?
They desperately wanted to reach Brandon and feel his love one last time. Did James fill the void left behind in their hearts?
He said I was shot to death.
Okay, Jesse, in the reading, James picked up that your son was shot. Several people were involved, and a gun that belonged to a father was also involved in some way. Can you tell us how he died?
Brandon was sitting in a car with 2 other boys, which made a total of 3. And the person who killed him was a 47-year-old man, and during the 3 trials that it took to get this guy convicted, one of their big points was that he was a father. He is a father. He is a father and a grandfather. So I believe that's where the father with a gun did, yes.
And loves the letters you wrote him.
My 2 sisters, I had 2 little sisters, they had written letters to him and put it in the casket before we had buried him. And also, he has a really close friend that was like a sister to him who was in the audience. And they used to write letters back and forth in school because they got separated and pranks.
When Brandon died and I packed his room up, I put all of their letters in a box and didn't read them and taped them. And so I still have all those letters.
Yeah, please forgive Daddy. Please forgive Daddy.
I understand. Anybody who knows my son would understand that. Also in the reading, he said many times that he was sorry he was sorry he got shot. He was sorry that's the type of boy he was. He did not want to cause any grief to anybody, and so because resulting from his death is a big part of us splitting up, I believe he's asking me to forgive things that happened between me and his dad afterwards. And I believe that that's what he's asking me to forgive.
Can you?
I'm sure gonna try. Yeah, well, of course I can. I will, I can. I can't say I can do it right away, but yes, I can. If it was important enough for my son to say something to me, then I believe it's important enough to take care of it.
I know that you have models of his.
When Brandon was probably in 7th grade, he made a model airplane one for myself and one for my dad, and because my father's a pilot. Well, I just last weekend have started sorting through Brandon's stuff to try to put some of it just out of sight, not out of the way, but out of sight. And I'm very protective of this airplane, along with his sports, his water polo ball and all of that. And I walked into my bedroom where all this stuff was laying, and the model airplane was on the floor, and it was all squished, and my heart just stopped because this was something I was very protective of. And I picked it up, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and I put it back together and put it up on the shelf. And I mean, I have felt really bad, like it was something I did, but that's also like my son to play a joke, to say, you know, I got you, Mom, so.
Do you feel James made a connection today?
Oh, absolutely, beyond a question. No, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way,
Yeah,
and I hope it made you feel better.
It did.
Thank you.
Next, the ultimate stage mother gives a critical review of her daughter's life. Will what she says crush her daughter or make her life worthwhile? It's all or nothing. Next, on Beyond.
Around here.
We now join James in the audience.
Hold on. Who's in show business here? You are, and your mother's passed over?
No, my grandmother.
No, don't like that. There's a mother. Oh. Okay. And you were somebody with show business?
Yes.
Okay.
Professional singer.
You're a singer. Have you traveled with your work?
Yes, I travel.
That's where I
all
want to
over.
go to. Okay. Hold on. May I come to you, please? Good. Mother's here, and she's lost it before she passes over. She knew where she was before she passes over, she tells me, and she feels like she's a little out of it before she passes. I don't know if she was in a coma or she had senile. I'm not sure, but it feels like a bit of either one. I'm like out of it, like senile. She was very senile. Or sorry, hold on. Let me just get it from her better. You know, she goes on and on and on, and then she hits it. She goes, I lost my mind.
Sounds like her.
She goes, I lost my mind. Because she said her memory went bad. Her memory went bad, and she forgot where she put things, she's telling me, okay? I know that you weren't living around her part of the time, and she's telling me that you felt guilty about not being around her more, okay? And that you need to forgive yourself for that, because you said many years were spent separated from us, okay? And I know about the marriage that didn't work. The marriage didn't work, someone? In the family, was there a marriage that did not work?
Not that I know of.
Is there a sister you have?
No.
No? Was there a marriage? Hold on. Were you almost married or something? Or going to get married? No? Who's New York connection?
I went to New York to school, to theater school.
Okay.
Theatrical.
Did she push you for that?
Yes,
Because she started pushing you to New York, she said.
it's true.
Pushing you to New York because they wanted her to be happy. She wanted you to be happy because she also gives me memory. There's a father figure also, okay? I want to bring a father. There's a father figure here also, okay? I want to bring him in with you because you're a favorite of his. You're a favorite of his. And they're talking to me about you doing little shows in front
right.
of them.
That's what I do.
When you were a little girl, though, somebody doing something in front of them, a little girl, like in the living room or something, you were doing this sort of thing.
It's true.
And they're tickled pink about it. They're tickled pink. Who goes to Europe or has ties into Europe? Or who lived in?
There's a late uncle that just passed, who's the family are in England.
Okay. Right.
And my late dad, who you're speaking to, and I went there in '66.
Okay. Well, there's some tie to Europe that they're referring to. They're both
Yes,
referring
but-
to it. She has an attitude which is pretty healthy, your mom. It's like live and let live, and whatever happens, happens, this sort of a thing. She wants me to tell you that she was ready to go. She really was. She's happy she's there. She's not unhappy. And she wants to say she's happy she's where she's at. Hold on. There's initial S coming in here, almost like a Sadie or a Shirley or this name with an S.
C for Celia?
Is that her name?
Yeah, but she's not passed over.
No, that's not it. It's an S. That's not a C. Hold on.
Nobody offhand.
All right, it's okay. She said, you just tell it we're here for her, okay? And I think you have something of hers, like jewelry stuff of hers.
Wear her ring.
Are you wearing it now?
Yes.
Okay. She loves you have that. And I like brooches or something too. You have a brooch of hers. Okay? God bless you. We'll leave it at that. Okay? She goes on and on and on, and then she hits it. She goes, I lost my mind.
Okay, Mary Jane, in this reading, James said, and I quote, "Your mother lost her mind." What was he talking about?
She's got a great sense of humor, and she was always giving one-liners like that. She was a very theatrical lady, loved the arts and the whole thing, and I think that was her perfect way of saying, I was not aware whether she was that aware at the end, and that was saying no, she wasn't, and that kind of confirmed all the years I've wondered about that and worried because it was just unclear and unsolved.
They're talking to me about you doing little shows.
Did you feel like that was a connection, or did it seem sort of vague and general to you?
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, I did all my dancing. My mom sent me to dancing school when I was 3, and I would practice all my shows and all my dancing and all my singing in the living room, which is what he mentioned, of our home. And it was all that got me started into doing this as a profession, which I do now on my own.
And I think you have something of hers, like jewelry stuff of hers.
Well, I carry this with me all the time.
What is this?
It's the rings of my family. This is my mom's bracelet and my dad's ring that he wore, my uncle's ring and my grandmother's, and then I wear hers whenever I entertain. In fact, it was the last thing I took off of her when she passed away, and I wondered if she was aware of it, and I think this made it very clear that she was, that I wear it all the time for special events that I know she would be involved in.
Now, why do you think it came up in the reading?
I think it was just a confirmation to let me know that she's really aware and that she's staying with me and helping me along, because she loved the arts and so do I, and that's what I do and what she wanted to do, and it was thanks to her and to my dad that kind of got me into it, and the joy, the pure joy that it brings for me to do what I do as a singer and entertainer, and that this is what she always loved doing.
Oh, that's a nice way
Yeah,
to wrap
so
it
it's
up.
just like-
Joy is a good word.
Yeah,
Thank you.
my
Thank
pleasure.
you very much.
Thank you.
If you'd like to be part of the Beyond Show audience and have a chance for a reading with James, call our toll-free number, 1-866-88-JAMES, or go to our website at thebeyondshow.com.
When people pass over, they never go without leaving us gifts behind. It's up to you to find those gifts and open them for them in honor of them. Thank you for joining us today. I send my love to you and everyone you meet. Bye-bye. See you next time. Lost the husband who's home lying in bed. Okay. Was there a blanket you had on him?
Well, I certainly had a blanket on him, and I still got the blanket.
Okay. Is there something special about this blanket?
That I can remember.
Okay. It's a crochet blanket or an Afghan, this sort of a thing?
Yeah.
Did someone make it in the family?
It's not at home.
Okay, did they cover him in this? When he was ill or in the bed?
Yes, when he was in the nursing
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, well, nursing home. There's a hospital bed there. Okay. Would you stand, please? He's talking to me about bringing him food, okay?